Yes and no, actually, because what we do at MCM actually is slightly different from Loewe and many other brands. Actually, we've been launching the market. We launched in the market for the last 2 years, and we actually, for Hong Kong market in particular, we actually left and we relaunched the market. And for China, it was 2 years since we launched. So we have a little bit of a different history than continuing the history like the other brand. So we actually tackling digital media as one of the fastest communication tool. Traditional media, particularly in China, is too slow for us. We need to communicate the product by tomorrow. And we think the retail, what we think is we position ourselves, this is a retail business. We don't go beyond digital. It's a media, but it's only a tool. So that's where the basic we think. So we use this Weibo, we use this Facebook as a communication tool. So we do lend the products to the people who has the biggest fans. We do. There are no different from the traditional media. So that's what we balance it. Another way is actually the idea is interactive. Everybody's a blogger today. That's how we say it. You're the blogger, I'm the blogger, because of the new media today. We use this channel to interact. What we do is actually we use product. One of our biggest product is backpack. We did this campaign called Create Your Own Backpack, Create Your Own Dream Backpack. It actually started with we're launching our satellite store in Hong Kong. We actually sent out all the posters. We have a poster picked up from pedestrian, just send it and we picked the best backpack in Hong Kong. And we actually rolled out for Weibo in China. Within 2 weeks, we had 80 plugins, 80 backpacks, creating all sort of backpacks. And we're actually going through this process right now. We realize how important the interactive between customers. They're not necessarily our customer, like I think we briefed earlier. They are potential customers. One day we start discussing maybe the bag will be in real life into a real backpack.
It's really quite key, that potential customer, and allowing those potential people to speak about the brand and make the conversation, the topic of the brand available to them, even though the product isn't. Which brings us actually back to Po Ho, which he said just now. If it sells good, it's a surprise. Po Ho, when you feature some of your products, do you expect some of your fans to pick up on them and buy them?
Actually, I think maybe as a part-time fashion blogger, I think the most important thing is attitude. You should have an attitude. I think it's the same. It's the same as a brand. Everybody should have the attitude. When you're taking a mix and match, you're taking a snap. You have your own style. That's unique. That's a special point. That's why most of the fashion bloggers like Brand Boys and Susie Bubble, they have a huge number of followers. So I think maybe the best point is that they are special. They are only one. I think for me, maybe the black and gold and a little bit rock and a little bit like prisoner or something. I think maybe it's my style, but it's my way. I think I will never change. So when I am choosing some brand or maybe some people to do a collaboration or crossover or corporate, I will consider carefully about the style, whether they are match or not. Yeah.
And do they ever hold you to how much they sell?
No, I don't care. I just care about my choice. My choice is my fans' choice. They like me, so they like what I am like.
Eugene, you probably have a very different view to that because you're the brand owner with H2O. Does it matter to you how much you sell when you have an outreach to the blogger community?
Actually, no. Actually, my role is pretty simple. I think there's three different brands how they doing their digital media and social media. What my role is actually is focusing on two things. Is like to build a community and also to bring the brand like the product efficacy. So actually we just only determine the right objective for each brand because I'm actually managing 4 brands with different regions. So therefore, we actually come up with different directions, what we want to hit, and how we do it. Like trying to looking for potential customer, yes, that's just like the final goal. But then we try to build a community. We only try to make sure we interact with everyone as much as possible. We approach bloggers because we believe bloggers can give us the most either positive or moderate comments. But we actually appreciate because they actually return something to us. That's what we're looking for, and we are willing to share that to all our fans.
That's great. So a lot of interaction, no monetary return. Janet, this gives me this is like a bacteria field where there's potential for a lot of negativity to come across, and people can talk smack really about your brand. How do you deal with that?
Actually, we were just sharing, right? What benefits the social media is really we create conversation, for our fans to engage, and then we create, of course, the Facebook application and make them fall in love with our brand. We don't soft selling or hard selling. We just want to create conversation, and then what can translate back to the sales should be done at the retail level. Of course, and it's really up to it has to be translated. That's why we love social media. It's the beauty of it. We just create a conversation whether they love it or they have some comment. We have to listen to it. And there's this case about we do brow waxing, right? And there's this customer who got super mad and then just post all the ugly allergy or whatever, and then just blame us so badly. And it's been happening for the whole week. But as a brand, and we have to know that we don't stand up and then fight for the brand and speak for the brand, because we do have a lot of brand advocacy out there who is our fans, and they actually stand up and fight for us. And so eventually it becomes group A and group B, they're fighting with each other without our stepping into it. So that's why we love social media. That's the beauty of it. We don't pay people to do it, and then we don't really have to step up and then talk about something, because at the end of the day, we will be blamed for saying anything or not saying anything.
Are you really worried about the messages that you put out there, Janet, in terms of when you reply to some of these concerns?
It's just gonna be very neutral, and we just say, okay, thanks for your comment, and then just leave your number, and we'll call you, or just leave your number to our email, of course, to our email, and then we'll call you. We will handle that like at the retail level, and all the behind the scene in our office, but then we don't encourage any brand to talk about that publicly on the Facebook, because it would be very dangerous.
So that brings us back to Tony's point about O to O, online to offline and offline to online. It's quite key and interesting that you follow up some of your Facebook comments with an actual phone call and a human touch. Alex, what about you? What do you feel, how do you approach some of the feedback that you get from MCM on those social media?
We own by different owners now. We're a German brand. We're a brand from Munich, but however we have several owners throughout the history. Owned by German, we own by Swiss family, now we own by Korean family. So this is the biggest issue we have actually. We position, what is important for us is really our positioning. It doesn't own by who, it's actually it's the brand heritage. I mean, go online and you sell, and then there's a lot of Weibo comment with your Korean brand. It doesn't relate at all because owner is Korean family. It has nothing to do with it. We still have a production in Germany. We still communicate it throughout Germany. But we communicate locally, internationally. So it's very different. So that's the misunderstanding. But we live it. We don't touch it. It's actually again same comment actually. There's a lot of people have a different comment. Let it be. Let it be. It's a learning progress for everybody.
And Adrian, do you get some kind of bad feedback on your personal Facebook page?
We just get rid of all the gadgets.
If it has been too much, no one's actually said anything yet. But I think it's just being polite. But I know personally that I should be pushing it too much.
Now, I'm very curious though. Karen is Lady Kaka. Who are you online?
Adrian MK Wong. I wasn't very creative and I had to come up with that name in like 30 seconds for some reason. And it stuck.
How many followers do you have, and can you compete with Lady Gaga?
I lose to Lady Gaga. I respect Lady Gaga. on my Facebook, I think I've only managed to get about 800 something.
That's quite a lot.
I'm friendly.
I'm just getting a note from Karen.
No.
We still got time? Okay.
You still got a little time.
So I'm in the future business, so I forecast the future, and I'd like to talk a little bit about 2012 and get some of your comments in terms of what you think will be shaping the future in the coming months, and if you feel there's an upcoming blogger that you want us, especially in the audience, to pay attention to, this would be a great time for us to talk. Maybe we start with Adrian.
This year has got a lot of uncertainty, and you see that happening in the head office, and it's starting to trickle down. Y'all should know what I mean by reading between the lines of that. So it means that, you know, us in the local offices, I think we need to get to be a little bit more creative. I think we're trying to find new ways to be a little bit more different about how we do things or say things, or at least let people know what we're doing. That's one. And also, I think everyone's jumping onto the online bandwagon, which is a bit annoying because, you know, sometimes, you know, you were there first. And just because you don't have a budget doesn't mean that, you know, you can't do this well. But I mean, seriously, I think if you're genuine about what you want to do and, you know, you're honest, I think people understand that, and I think that sort of wins out in the long run. As for blogger to watch out for, my personal favorite is a guy from Singapore called Bagaholic, and I've seen him grow, so I'm actually proud that, you know, I'm his friend.
Eugene.
Well, I think social media is like a very rapid trend. New channels always happens, and then a guy cannot manage all the channels and all the brands at once. So sometimes you got to accept. Sometimes it might be reply a little slowly. And I think the best thing about to the blogger is I always love to see bloggers grow their fans, having a lot of followers, and they're getting famous. Because once we build the relationship, I think that's really helpful. And I've been working with local bloggers since 2008. I've been seeing a lot of them being growing into very independent channels, and even they have events. And I'm really glad that they're always helping me out, like by doing everything voluntarily. They even ask me for product without I asking them, and they put on to a video for just for a big favor. I think that's really nice. So you can think of some try to give me some more creativity. Instagram is a great one. I've been seeing Instagram groups happening. I'll probably think of that one. I maybe do my own facials. Start doing it. You will see another one called facial Jingzi, and start doing it. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Well, I think for retail business, I think it has to link with the in-store experience. That's what I think we're trying to, we have a plan, a unique experience in-store for the next 2 years. That's something will change the way Foursquare, J-Power, it's really basic, but it doesn't really link into next level. So we're actually trying to think a way that we're actually planning a way that your iPhone app, we're actually relaunching the iPhone app. Actually, we closed that after one season. Actually, we're really trying to go further step, actually having that experience, because the one thing just promoting your product per season through iPhone app, it just doesn't work anymore. So it's really in-store experience. That's what we're actually trying